My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who has been deliberating over a choice, but with the Seven of Cups in the reverse and the Two of Swords, we've got someone who's realizing, I think I know what I need to do. I see like the lay of the land, or I know what influences my decision and how to proceed. So very decisive, ready to take action. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchanton. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is information on the 3 tiers of membership I offer if you're looking for additional content. Otherwise, I kind of feel like I need a little bit more candlelight. Let's do that real quick. And we'll start with... I'm going to start with the Earth and Bones Oracle. Hey, Famous Seamus, how are you doing? I hope you all have fun plans for the weekend coming up. I know not everyone is celebrating Labor Day, but especially those that are, I'm sure you've got something planned, right? Hello, Hannah. How's it going? Hello, Dennis. What's up? What do we have? The key, number 26, inner calling, clarity. That's what I'm talking about. Resolve, intention, objective. I know what I want to choose, or I know what I want to invest in. Not a lot of question marks here anymore. Yeah, I like that there's a little bit of cold in the morning now. It's finally not super hot all day. Wow. This is the Two of Swords in this deck, right? Same as this, a decision. So this person had been stuck. They were trying to make sure that they would make the right decision. They felt like it was really important to assess all of the information and make the right choice. I'm doing well. Hello, Sanal. How are you doing? And now we're at the Sage or the Hermit. Number 2, harmony, acceptance, calm, serenity, and patience. This is somebody who knows what they need to do and they have a sense of acceptance. I'm going to make this change, or I'm going to put in my 2 weeks notice, or I'm going to pursue this person romantically. Whatever that direction is, they feel very confident about it. That's fair, Hannah. This is the Gilded Reverie. So I feel like this is someone who has decided to end a connection or go no contact with somebody in their family or friendship group. This is the Cook's Tarot. Hey Patrick, how are you doing? Happy Friday Eve. What else do we have? Sorry guys, my hands are a little small for this one. We've got 6 of Swords, walking away, things getting better, more relaxed, less toxic energy. With the 8 of Cups in the reverse, this is someone who has yet to walk away, but they know that's what they're going to do, or they've tried multiple times to make things work, but every time it ends the same way. 3 of Cups in the reverse, a lack of support. And the Knight of Pentacles, something that has been a long time coming. So I did what I could. I tried to make things work, or I gave you another chance. But the reality is, I think it's time for me to pack up the car and head out. Or, I don't know, you got a horse there too. You got choices, okay? All right, this is the Tattoo Tarot. Hello, Joelle, how's it going? Hello, Japal, how's it going? Wow, okay, so you have that opportunity. Excellent. Hello, Sus. What's up? You might be a little bit off on the greeting, but that's all right. Three of Wands in the reverse. King of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. So if this person is not going to take action or do what they need to do right by you, whether it's in the context of friendship or romance, then you've decided, you know what, maybe it's time for me to reconsider the situation. You might have felt like you were always the one to apologize. Hey, at least that's a new one. Hello, Spartan. How's it going? I hope that goes well for you, Joab. It's always possible, Bailey, even for you. Because I'm pretty sure we're asked to be tolerant and accepting of others instead of judgmental. So I'm going to pray for you as well and put you in a little bit of a timeout. You're welcome to come back if you'd like to speak with people who might have different beliefs, but we can always learn something from people, right? Hello, Alchemist. I'm gonna remove that because I see that as incendiary. It's not what we're talking about right now. Hello, Lisa. How's it going? Hello, Every Adventures. What's up? Hello, Jess. How are you? Okay, you guys. I respect but remove. So we've got Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers, a choice. The Lovers is sometimes a soulmate, but this is also a major decision, which makes sense. And it's about stability. I want to be able to have a life where I can count on the people that I have around me. But I kept feeling like when I would give to this connection that I never got anything back, or that the person I was dealing with wasn't acknowledging that energy. Good morning, Alberto. Hello, Salvador. Hello, HM. Good morning, Lee. Spartan, I would say the secret to happiness is living authentically. Likewise, Every Adventures. That's funny. Hey, hun, you're talking just a little bit too much. Ooh, Jess got you. Yeah, let's not spam the live chat, okay? Cosmin, I don't know. I think you're saying, excuse me? Is it Italian? You can teach me. Hello, Bob. Apparently I'm thirsty. Hold on, you guys. Hello, Gator. You can check out my page. There's a ton of playlists. This is a general reading right now, but I do often take personal questions at the end if I hit $15 in tips. So look, I feel like you are letting go of this connection because you realize that you've put forth a lot of energy, and whatever you were hoping to get back from it, it hasn't really happened. This person you've been dealing with, they've been secretive, or they've kept money from you, or kept their energy from you. They've been stingy. Whatever they're not giving you, they've been stingy, okay? All right, let's see. This is the Santa Muerte. Hello, Laura. How are you doing? Hey, Zero. I expect that at some point you would be able to understand that two things can be true at the same time. I'm going to put you in a little timeout. If you want to come back and be respectful, you're welcome to join the party. Oh, thank you, Sam. How are you today? Hello, AM. Good morning, Melissa. So we've got the Page of Swords in the reverse. Wow. Yeah, this is, I'm not talking to you anymore. It's been real. I've learned a lot. Thank you for the memories. I'm out. I do feel like there's at some point an actual thank you. You know, you did this, or you helped me with that, or I learned this lesson. But the thing that's coming through right now for me is when, I don't think it's like spoiler worthy, but in Game of Thrones, when Daenerys punishes, I don't know if I'll remember what place it was, but it was a king who was supposed to be on her side and betrayed her, and she locked them up in a dungeon. And she said, thank you. Thank you for teaching me that lesson, right? Hello, Still Standing. Hello, Goose. Thank you. Kenny, if you're dealing with black magic, there's a variety of ways to deal with that, but one important element is, at least in my opinion, is to imagine a protective layer around you and focus on that every day. Hello, Grind Oli. Probably not the right person for you, but I am sending you healing energy. Thank you, James. I appreciate you. Oh, and then Laura tips me and says, appreciate you. That's too cute. Thank you, Laura. I hope you're having a good day. Wow, you guys. Thank you, Lee. Yep. I got you, Lee. Hey, Scummy. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you, Evil September. I like that name, even if it's a little bit dark. Oh, not always. So we have the Seven of Cups, Temperance, and the Nine of Cups. My. I feel like there's something here where everybody's distracted. It's like you let everyone think that you're hanging around, nothing's changing, and there's some big graduation or wedding or birthday party or anniversary celebration. Everyone's gathered, and when they're all distracted, you're like, okay, I'm out. Have a good one, everyone. I'm never coming back. Because then we have this ship too, Nine of Cups. So I feel like we have somebody who's walking away. Thank you, Every Adventures. I appreciate you. Let me know if you'd like a few cards pulled at the end. Hey, thanks for retracting your message. Did you know I was going to time you out? I would encourage you to do some soul searching before you try to judge other people's beliefs, okay, huh? Hello, Curtis. How are you doing? Hello, Dreamsy. Hello, Michael. Magic can be either of those things. You can manifest things, and I would say that's a very healthy take on magic, or even protection energy, right? I think it starts becoming black magic or problematic when you're trying to control things that you have no right to control. So like a love spell. I don't subscribe to that. I will take personal questions at the end because we have hit the tip mark, But I do prioritize those who have tips. So once I get through those, then I will take questions. Granddad Cyril. I got you, Every. I've always thought that's such a cool name, Cyril. Hello, Edward. And people do, Michael. Hello, Victor. I think, Pink Wolf, if you're doing a love spell and it's on a particular person, you're interfering with that person's free will and it will cause problems for you. If you are manifesting love for yourself and it's not a specific person, then it's a different kind of magic, in my opinion. Hey boy, we're not talking about religion. Please, let's not make things difficult. I respect religious beliefs. I get asked about mine all the time. Maybe I'll do a video on that, you guys. We have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. This Ace of Swords in the reverse is clarifying temperance. So it feels like I've had to live a lie being around this person, or I've had to accept things not being reliably true because of this individual. It has maybe even reopened some old wounds or made it impossible to heal from that situation. So if you keep causing the same kind of problem, then those apologies don't mean anything, right? It has got to be paired with changed behavior if that apology is sincere. All right, let's get a few from the Tarot of the Cat people. Hello, Shay Shay. Hello, Jeremy. I hope you're having a good day. Yes, exactly, Bessie May. Hello, Lainey. How are you doing? The Hermit in the reverse. The Ten of Pentacles. How can I expect to get the outcome or achieve the goal that I've set for myself if I'm not doing what I know I need to do, if I'm ignoring my intuition? Or it could also be saying, how can I have the life that I want in terms of a relationship or a relationship with my family if I'm the only one who's trying to learn, if I'm the only one who's trying to grow? No, because that's about clarity, right? The intention behind tarot, at least when I'm reading it, is know the information and know thyself, right? If you have the information you need to make a decision, then you can make the right or the best decision. But love spells are about illusions. How can I get this person to see what isn't there so that they choose what they don't want? That's the difference. Hello, Silver. How are you doing? So we have the Ace of Pentacles. This beautiful opportunity is coming in for this individual who's decided it's time to cut ties with the past or with this particular person. Maybe move away from family or end a relationship. But it's like, I know that this person doesn't want me to achieve what I want. They are an obstacle, or they don't believe in my dream. That's why I have felt like I can't get anywhere, or why I haven't had the success I believe I could have. Yes. See, but that's about manifesting, Skimmy. So that's not a love spell. That's a glamour spell, really. I mean, if you're trying to attract, that's manifestation. It's not a specific person. But if you're doing a love spell on a particular person, you're influencing or trying to influence their free will. So Six of Pentacles in the reverse, Tower in the reverse, Two of Cups in the reverse. This is someone saying, I think I fell out of love. This is saying, you know, I don't see how we could stay friends. I don't see how I could trust you. There is no trust here. Two of Cups is in the reverse. This is like, I don't know how I could change my opinion. I know what you did. I know how you spoke, or I know what you chose to not do. So this is someone saying, I'm done. I tried. King of Pentacles in the reverse. But when I gave you stable, reliable friendship or romantic energy, I did not get that in return. I got questions and secrecy and accusations or jealousy. Seven of Swords in the reverse. So we have someone being honest with themselves. This isn't what I want. I don't want to stay here. Thank you, Grandonly. I do well in the kitchen. Not every time, but you know what I mean? You got to be able to take a little heat. We've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse because it's like, it doesn't matter how much I invest in this. It doesn't matter how much I try to be considerate or anticipate what you might say or what you might need. Like, this just doesn't seem to be working. I can't do enough. So it's time for a change. It's time for me to go elsewhere. It's time for me to venture off on my own. It's time for me to make some new friends. We have somebody who is setting out on an adventure, you know? I know what I have experienced here. It's not really what I want, or it's not the relationship that I want. So I'm gonna go create something new for myself, and I'm proud of you. Ask for a sign every adventures. I do feel like your intuition's pretty spot on. One of the ways that I do that every adventures is I'll put on my Spotify liked playlist, which is an obnoxiously large quantity of songs. And I'll skip a certain amount of times, I don't know, like 6 or something. And I'll ask a question and that song will give me the answer. Does it work every time? No, sometimes you have to have a bit of a surprise in your life, but a lot of times it does. Scammy, yes. But does that mean you always know what options are available to you? I would argue you don't. Most people don't, anyways. So we have Page of Pentacles in the reverse with the Five of Cups. If I don't do anything, if I stay here, if I let things go on the way that they're going, I will not get what I want. Five of Cups is a card of grief or regret. Sometimes I ask myself, in 5 years, is it more likely when I look back on this situation that I would regret doing this or doing that? Going or not going, right? What's more likely to be a concern? Let's get a few from the Love Oracle. And then I'm going to move over to the personal questions. I actually have several of those. I'm really bad at making like my own playlist. I've only made a couple of them. But I kind of like the disorganization, right? Like 1 minute I'm listening to Jimi Hendrix and the next minute it's 2000s Britney Spears, you know? That's so personal. So we've got foundation, established family, security. This is what, whoever I'm reading for, this is what you want. If I don't have that with my family, or if I don't have that with my partner, then I will find it elsewhere. So there's finality here. Farewells, leave behind, closure. Because all of my efforts only left me feeling exhausted and didn't really change how you approach the connection, right? So we have obscurity. This person kept you in the dark. They didn't really want you to know where they were coming from or what to expect, and you were asking to be close to this person. Could be a sibling, could be a romantic connection, but they didn't want you to really know them. So you have decided to just kind of chalk it up as something that wasn't going to work out, as a loss, right? And I'm sorry that you've gone through that. It has made you stronger. This is the Voyage of the Soul. I'm sorry, I feel like I have to get a few from this, and then I will start on the personal questions. The first question up I have is for Lee, James, or Laura. If you'd like me to pull a few cards, you let me know. And then after Lee, I've got Every Adventures. So for this general reading, we've got vibration, vortex, buzzing, frequency, mind, reality, and energy flow. You are more capable than you were before to pick up on the energy of people around you. This person is genuine. This person is wearing a mask. You're not as caught up in what people present to you anymore. You can see through that. And as a result, you know that there is somewhere else you'd like to be. Maybe you were surrounded with people that were faking it, right? Hey Madison, how are you doing? Yeah, thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Hey Matthew, Jesus loves you too. You're welcome to come back if you'd like to be non-judgmental. But the fire and brimstone is not allowed in the live chat. So we have tomorrow. Begin again. Continue, ahead, better days, and relief. You know that this change of scenery is going to have a positive impact on you. You can imagine a better professional career, a better chance at getting along with friends, or having access to the communities you want. For example, I love to have access to an art community. People who are a little bit crazy artistic. There's something here where this is like, I can't stay here, but I know over there I'm gonna be real happy. Good morning, Candace. How are you doing? Ooh, I love this reading. And then we've got Life is Now. Don't waste your time living the life that other people feel you need to live. Don't waste your energy on people who don't want to contribute to that connection in a positive way, right? So somebody's moving on. Good work. We're gonna start with Lee's question, and this is the Rider-Waite. Hello, Darian. How are you doing? Good morning, Felicia. How are you? Hello, Christy. Oh, I hope it gets better for you, Felicia. So for Lee, we've got wanting a message regarding the oldest daughter. What do we have for Lee, please? Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Moon in the reverse. So this feels to me like there was some sort of gift or payment for work that seemed at first quite fair. Yes, that's exactly what I want, or I'm totally on board with that, let's do it. But now with the Moon in the reverse, things are seeming pretty questionable or toxic. Does this have to do with Lee's ex? No. This could be about a relationship, a romantic relationship, or a contract. Could even be with work because of all of the pentacles, right? But I feel like she's stressed out and feeling like she has to defend herself or something. Is Lee able to help? I don't feel like there's much you can do to help with this situation, but it might help you understand how she's acting or what's going on. I don't feel like she wants to talk about this right now because it feels like it's a little bit of like shame is what she's feeling. But maybe just send her like an energetic hug or some positive protective energy, because it does feel like she's going through it and she might have a difficult choice that she has to make. All right. Thank you, Skemmy. Let me get my notepad here. So there's a person I'd like to check out, messaged me yesterday, but I have a good feeling that she's... Okay. Is friend. I got you, Skemmy. Sending you protective energy, Lee, and to your daughter. And every adventures, we've got a message from Granddad Cyril. What message from Cyril to every adventures, please? Is the month of October important? Every adventures, I just had 3 10s come out, which if you're into statistics, that's significant. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords in the reverse, 10 of Cups. So every adventures, I'm going to go ahead and guess that there's like less than a 1% chance that these 3 cards would come out together. But it also makes me feel a strong pull to the month of October. Now, this could just be saying that there's something amazing happening for you in October, or October is tied to Cyril in some way. But this is saying, I feel like this is saying you have really beautiful energy ahead of you, pertaining to your security. Well, it's literally like this card right here, right? That 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, that's like the happy family energy. So this feels to me like your grandfather is saying there is some beautiful energy headed your way in the near future. And if there is, maybe you want to like clean house a little bit. Maybe you want to get a haircut. Maybe you want to get your nails done. I don't know. But this is saying get your house in order because you've got some really good stuff coming for you. And I feel like it's in October. So that's pretty fun to see for you. You'll have to let me know. Hello, Merida. Hello, Bidyasri. I hope I said that right. Please don't repeat your comments like that. It's called spamming. I'm gonna put you in a little baby timeout, okay? Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Hello, Josimo. I'm gonna switch to a different deck, and then we'll go for Skemmy's question. And let's see. Is this friend into Skemmy? Seems like there's some flirtatious energy here, right? Is Skemmy picking up on some flirtatious vibes? Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Huh. Okay, so here's what I think. I think this person is into you, but I think they're hiding something from you. So we've got Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Cups. If you are not interested in short term, if you are more so focused on getting into a long-term relationship, for example, you might get frustrated because this person is not interested in a relationship, though they may say that they are. This is someone who likes to have that love bomby energy or that honeymoon phase. But when things get serious, they're like, oh, gotta run. I'm busy. I'm sorry. I don't have time to stay. So ask yourself if you're okay with a short-term thing that could ruin the friendship. I mean, I don't know if the friendship is super important to you, but this is basically saying like that flirtatious energy, should you pursue it, it may be a bit of a firework. Big flashes, a little bit of a bang, but it doesn't last for long, right? Cue Katy Perry firework. I really like Katy Perry, if I'm honest. Don't come for me. I'm not going to change my opinion. I just don't like her, okay? I like that one first song and then... But If you haven't seen the Jamie French video on Katy Perry's current tour, you might have to check that out. So this is saying if you pursue this, it's going to be a little bit of, you might regret it. It might be more work than it's worth, or it might be something that you feel, hindsight, you know, maybe I shouldn't have done that, right? Okay. Yeah. So this is saying that I would avoid that, right? Hello, Amy. How are you doing? Hello, Rachel. What's up? All right. Trying to remember. I feel like there was, yeah. Alex has asked, can you please cross-check with my career at the moment? So Alex, I'm going to look into your career situation real quick. Oh, I see a new job in your future. We have something happening very suddenly. So this could be someone who reaches out to you like a recruiter, or this could be somebody who's, you know, getting laid off. But I see something suddenly happening and you're looking at new opportunities. And I do feel like it's advising you to start looking now, because either this is something that happens that you're unprepared for, or it feels like there is a loss in pay if you have to search for something too quickly, right? Oh, I can't go, you know, 3 months without pay, so I might have to take something that's a little bit of a step down just to make sure I have something. This is saying make sure you've already got like, what's the saying? A few irons in the fire. Laura, absolutely. What do we have for Laura? Hanged Man in the reverse, 6 of Cups, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So this feels to me like there's someone who's making a sacrifice to gift you something. This is something I think they can either only hardly afford, or this is something that has very high sentimental value to them. But be cautious of this gift. I feel like this is going to be something they lord over you, or something they want to use to manipulate you. So I'm not telling you don't accept any gifts at all, but be very aware of who you're accepting things from. Oh, I'm so excited for you, Alex. I hope that goes well for you. Yeah, Skemmy, I would prioritize the friendship. Yeah, there's a lot we can learn from those kind of connections, right? Of course you can, Lee. Oh, I don't think I need to write it down, though. Lee would like to know about how September 16th will turn out. How will September 16th go? September 16th looks roughly. I've got the 4 of Wands in the reverse, the 3 of Swords, and the 6 of Wands in the reverse, and all of these are kind of heartbreaking. Is there something that can be changed or addressed by Lee to change this outcome? Yes. So 8 of Pentacles is saying there is something you can do here to change the outcome for the 16th. What is that advice? You need a new plan, or you need to be more detailed with a plan. This is saying you got to change. I feel like you're drawn to one thing, but questioning if another. This could be like the school, for example. This could be a job situation. But this is saying you need change. There needs to be something different here. And then that causes the 16th to go more favorably for you. If you're afraid to switch things up, let go of that fear and focus on what could be gained if you made that change. There you go. It's always there. Hello, John. How are you doing? Ain't nobody ever taught you can't ask a woman how old she is? Plus, what are you going to do with that information? You going to steal my identity? I don't know if you got the hair for it. Hey, Grindhard. How you doing? We got, will we come back together or communicate soon? Grind tired and then we try and come back together or communicate soon. Not in the near future. I feel like September has to pass because we've got 2 9s in a row and I only pulled 2 cards at that point. So I feel like September might be a very healing period of time for both of you. We've got the 4 of Swords and the High Priestess in the reverse. Sometimes we have to give people the space to realize that they messed up. Will she be the one to message? No. Will she give some sort of sign? Yes. I do feel like there's going to be some sort of activity. It could be a liking of a post. It could be asking to follow you. It could be, you know, you hear that somebody was asked about you by her. You're going to get a sign, and that's going to tell you that things have changed in terms of her perspective. And that's going to be when you're able to reach out with a different energy, like responding to you, right? When she's actually let go of what she needs to. But as of right now, we've got the High Priestess in the reverse. She's not wanting to see things the way they are. She's kind of living in her own little perception of it. Has she been talking about me good lately? No, I don't know that she's been talking about you. Because she feels like things are... I think if she talks about it, she's worried she's going to realize that she didn't handle it the best way. So she's basically focused on working or what kinds of things can create more stability in her life for her. Hey, John. My name is Carmen. If you want me to pull a few cards for you, I will. Hey, Scammy. Thank you for the other tip. I appreciate you. Career hobby. Should I do YouTube? Ooh, I love this question. Well, let's say, is it in Scammy's best interest to do YouTube? Oh, yes, my friend, it is. Magician. The Magician says you got all the skills, the tools, the talent that you need. But one thing I will tell you, maybe it's going to be backed up with a card. Patience, my friend. With the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, there's a need to focus on approaching it the right way as opposed to what everybody else tells you. So I do feel like you have a good creative perception or understanding, or you would come up with the right kind of plan. Don't let too many people influence you, is what it's saying. But also realize that every channel will have like a lull, or, you know, things go crazy and then it's a lull again. But yeah, you should definitely get into YouTube. Any advice beyond that? We've got the Moon in the reverse. Watch out for bad players, people who might try to scam you or steal your content. So before you go live, you might want to really think about how you can prevent that. For example, I like to show the cards that I pull, but I also like that you can see me because it makes it harder for people to steal my content, right? Barbara said, saw him yesterday. Will we talk soon? Yes. Might take a few days, but this person's interested. We got the King of Wands and the Sun. This person's sweating it a little bit. They're a little nervous around you. They want something serious? Sorry, I'm nosy. As of right now, they're not sure if they want something serious, but they are very curious and they want to get to know you better. Hello, Pamela. How's it going? Hello, honey. Hello, Gnostic. What's up, Marcus? Do you want me to pull a card for you, Marcus? Or are you just being very kind? You let me know. That's cool, John. I respect it. Michael, I think we need to find out, did she get my motorcycle impounded on purpose? The audacity. Did she get that motorcycle impounded on purpose? Mm-hmm. Sneaky, sneaky. You know what? This is the Chariot. This can refer to a motorcycle. This can refer to a bike or a car. It can also refer to the authorities. And the Six of Wands in the reverse. This is like a failure to do the things that would have avoided, Michael, any kind of impoundment. So if your intuition is screaming at you that this was on purpose, your intuition is spot on. This is somebody who's manipulative. So be cautious. You deserve better. And thank you, Marcus. Sounds good. Hello, Ride. How are you doing? Hello, Mark. Tarot by Nature is asking, between J and D, which one is in the best interest? Two lovers. I shouldn't say it that way. Two people interested in you. Is J the best option? Nope. It would be D. Vitamin D. Yeah, we're gonna steer you towards D, not J, and good luck with that. Hello, Mag. How's it going? Hello, Madison. Can we hear the chimes? They're at the beginning of the reading, every reading that I do. In fact, the old school readings that I did, like probably 3 years ago, not in my last place, but the place before that, I literally would hit the wind chimes, and that's how I knew what the reading was about. So, yeah, you could check that out. Aw, that's cute, Jake. I'm sorry that you're having a rough day. I'm just gonna remove your comment. You're probably gonna still wanna like dig into people, but I encourage you to be kind to people. You might get some really great energy back your way if you start doing that instead. All right, I'm gonna ask one more. Oh, there we go. Should I still be waiting for the rabbit? Sorry, do you want me to say it the right way? You type it out with a W. Should I still be waiting for the rabbit? Or Jess, should she still be waiting? No. Six of Wands in the reverse. The World. It's over. I'm sorry if that's too direct or blunt. Somebody here has not done the work that they needed to. And I feel like you're this Queen of Swords. Like, okay, well, I guess it's closing time, right? Got places to be. There are beautiful things waiting for you. Hello, Joe. How are you doing? So I'm sending you some of that beautiful, exciting, like, new energy vibes, right? Of course you can, Tria. Hello, Amy. I'm going to pull a card for Amy. It's because she used 3 Z's on the please. What do we have for Amy, please? It's actually because I was told my guardian angel is named Amy, and it's spelled just like that. All right, so we've got the Emperor, Death, and 3 of Wands. I see you making some difficult changes in the near future, Amy. This Emperor energy is your energy, which is kind of amazing. So acknowledge the power that you possess. Do not let anybody tell you that you don't have that power. I see you doing something that kind of shocks or impresses people around you. You're taking action, and it's probably something like a major pivot in your life. Moving, changing careers, ending a relationship. But this is very serious and positive energy for you, where you're taking a huge step forward. So I don't know if I can say that. Can I tell you to grab life by the... and you know what I mean? I have confidence that you know what that means. Thank you, Scammy. Hey, Strange. I feel like that's a weird first question to ask somebody. Merida's asking about application for citizenship. Will it go through successfully? Yes, it will. patience is required, and there's somebody here who's putting the thumb on the scale for you in your favor, making things go a little bit faster, I feel. Amy, I'm sorry for that, but I feel like you've got some good stuff coming your way. 7 of Wands. It was the right time for this to end so that you find this place where you're supposed to be. So I'm wishing you very positive, abundant energy. Yeah, no problem. Hey, GP, what's happening? I hope you're doing well, too. Yes, exactly, Gnostic. Everybody send Amy some positive career energy. And I hope you have a good update for us down the line a little bit. So Silver is asking, am I near or at least on the path for what I am trying to achieve and create in life? What do we have for Silver, please? You are near, but there is something here that has been eating away at your intuition. A little bit of a nagging energy. And I feel like you haven't yet made this decision. To get closer to your path, there is a connection in your life that you need to reconsider or redefine. We have 2 of Cups in the reverse, so this could be saying it's time to fully let go of that ex. It's time to admit that a friend has a bad influence, or admit that maybe you need to go no contact with somebody. But I feel like with the 4 of Cups in the reverse, you're kind of avoiding this situation or not wanting to admit that it's probably time to walk away or take some space. So Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. Especially if this is somebody who doesn't know how to apologize, or when they apologize, they just continue to repeat that same behavior. This is saying that energy is distracting you or creating an illusion where you can't see that path 100% clearly. So, gotta get that energy cleansed from your sphere. Hold on, I gotta scroll up a little bit. Okay. Marcus, thank you. We've got, is Grandpa Z watching over my son and John? Let me get a different tarot deck real quick. So we've got, is Grandpa Z watching over my son and John? Yeah. So this tower is one of the most safe looking towers that I have. Tower generally denoting a bunch of change. So I feel like there's a lot of change going on for your son and John, maybe one more than the other, of course, but there is protective energy. This is like a stable looking spot, even if it looks a little spooky, right? Because it is the Hocus Pocus tarot deck. But this is saying it's like I'm trying to surround them with very safe energy. So yes, they're absolutely protected. And I'm guessing you too. Yeah, you too. There is something here coming up where you're being encouraged, Marcus, to not take action, which sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but this is like coming across as like, don't get involved in that fight. It's not your fight. You don't have to defend that, or you don't have to put yourself into that. Does that make sense? I hope it does, Marcus. I have to like make sure I think I missed another one. Shreya. Shreya's asking, thank you for the tip, Shreya, for the current feelings from Sajad for you. What are the current feelings from Sajad for Sajad for, oh God, Shreya? Yes. 3 of Pumpkins or 3 of Pentacles. Queen of Lightning or Queen of Swords in the reverse, and the King of Potions. Why does this feel like somebody went from disliking you strongly to all of a sudden now I have feelings for you? Like I'm picking up on Bridget Jones' energy, I don't know if you've seen that movie, but there's this like distaste or not really getting along at the beginning with her love interest where they're like judging each other. But now we have this King of Potions that like caps it, right? And it's like, I don't know. I just feel like we have a major swing from, nah, I didn't really like you to, you know what? You're kind of awesome. I don't know that I would say this is like lovey-dovey feelings, but I do feel like this is gaining an appreciation for you and moving in the right direction, right? Aw, that's so sweet. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate you. How's it going, Hassan? I hope you're having a good day. I've heard of Stranger Things, Gnostic. So Mark is asking for a quick pull for Valerie. Let's see what we've got for Valerie. You're so welcome, Shreya. What do we have for Valerie, please? So 6 of Swords, Queen of Potions, which is the Queen of Cups, and the 6 of Potions, or 6 of Cups in the reverse. The number 6 is important. I do feel like there's something kind of unexpected or very stressful happening in the next week. It may have already started. It may be wrapping up in the next week. But this is saying there is something that gives like courage or presence of mind, or maybe even some ability to be stoic, not get riled up easily for Valerie dealing with this. Because I feel like there's someone here showing up with some really immature energy, and she's able to like get through it without it really ruffling her feathers. But it's really important to stay calm and not like feed the troll, right? Hello, fine. How are you? Thank you, Grind Hard. Does she still see me as a boyfriend in the future? Yes. 7 of Wands, it's all about timing. Right now, I don't see it working out, but in the future, it could probably work out. It's a matter of her finding out that she needs to change some of her perspective or update some of her, maybe even just like how she views herself or how she views love. And why are you still seeing visions of you two? Because you're manifesting her. Whether you know it or not, the way you think or talk about her is actively trying to manifest her. Be cautious with that. You don't want it to get into obsessive territory or that like love spell trying to influence somebody. But I do feel like the thoughts and everything, it's sending her energy, but it's also drawing her, right? So with the 3 of Swords in the reverse, I would focus on sending her healing energy. I know some people would be sending horny energy. Some people would be sending loving energy, and all that's like, whatever, that's your choice. If you send her healing energy and that's your intention, you enable her to move faster through that process, not because you want her to rush it, but because you want her to feel supported, right? That's what I would do. Just be cautious in terms of trying to literally manifest her, right? Because that could be a little bit... Ashley would like to know, will my ex come back to me? Hello, how's it going, too? Yes, they will come back, and they will want a serious relationship. We have the Hierophant, the 4 of Candles, or the 4 of Wands, both of which talk about a higher level of commitment. And with the Page of Candles or Page of Wands, this is somebody who's going to reach out to you first. The important thing here for you that you can do, don't sit there and wait for it. Go out and live your life. Let it be 3 hours since you checked your phone. Oh, I should probably go check that now. I've been too busy having fun. That enables the reconciliation to happen faster. So treat yourself. Oh, you too, hon. Hello, Soul Music. How are you? I agree. In the context of the live chat, yes. You can ask a few of the moderators. I can be a little bit slow. I'm a little bit difficult to allow access and get super friendly with people. But I do like to make sure that that's the energy you feel here, right? So Leisa's asking for a few cards to be pulled for Rajat and me, my first ever ex, but we're still good friends. What do we have for Leisa and Rajat, please? Page of Pumpkins, or Page of Pentacles. The Master, which would be the Devil, and the King of Wands. Well, I think we have somebody who thinks about you at nighttime. I'm trying to say this delicately. This is somebody who wants to have another chance and somebody who's very attractive to you. They have dirty thoughts. I'm sorry, this is good to say that. They are definitely wanting intimacy, right? But with the Nine of Swords, they're a little bit anxious. I feel like this is about what if I ruin the situation, like the friendship, right? Yeah, Page of Potions or Page of Cups in the reverse. What if things go wrong? Then maybe I ruin everything. So it could be that this is them trying to find the right time to bring it up in conversation and see if that's like, I don't know, a possibility. But the fear is there of ruining what you've been able to build as far as a friendship. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Hello, Redbeard. How are you doing? Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I sure do appreciate you all. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you as I'm timing someone out on the next reading. Doodles.